Anyone from the audience have any questions that they would like to ask Miss Dixon or Shaq? Hello, in the audience.
I have something to say.
You have something to say?
Yeah.
Well, come on over here.
Only thing I would like to say is I would like to have her number because I would like to volunteer too with what she's doing.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, great. She's going to give out her cards to everybody. That's not a problem. She'll definitely give out cards. Anybody else have any questions from the audience? We still have the callers on the line. I still have some time. If you have any questions or anything you want to say. Sure.
What if it's a father that died of AIDS? Would a child still be welcome into your organization?
Absolutely.
Okay, the question was, what if it was a father that died of AIDS, would a child still be welcomed into the organization? And the answer is yes.
Some of our fathers are mothers.
That's why.
Right. Good question, Gria. Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions from the audience? Michelle? No? Any questions or comments from Ms. Dixon? No? Katia? What do you have to say about education? Where are my parents at? Y'all should be big on this. Okay. Well, I just want to say, well, I guess I can go ahead and wrap the show up. I just want to thank again. Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, I'd like to, she talks so good. I want to invite her to the radio,
You going to invite her down to the radio station?
Give her a whole hour.
Give her a whole hour? Yeah, he's taking stabs at me. That's going to be taking stabs at me over here. Caroline, you have a question? Sure, come up. Yes? This is a friend of mine coming to the stage to ask a question since 3rd grade. I haven't seen him since junior high school. We've been connected through Facebook, and he came out tonight to show me love.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The question is for Ms. Dixon, the educator.
Okay.
It's often said, we hear it all the time, that the schools are not working. And by saying the schools are not working, I'm not sure if persons are speaking of maybe the structure of a physical building, as opposed to saying that the curriculum is not working. I can remember as a child, you're sitting there and basically you're not being challenged, because a lot of the things we're learning compared to someone in another country, it's not relevant.
Right.
Many other times you remember we're in class, you have a book. The book is falling apart. If you check the date it was printed, it may say 1968 and we were in 1984.
Right.
So a big part of the problem is that our young people are not being challenged. They have no interest in what is being taught, and when it is taught, I think they have a hard time, even I as an adult have a hard time in connecting or finding any connection of where I can use what is being taught in my life. A lot of the things it's being taught, you're supposed to know it, so you memorize it.
Mm-hmm.
You take a test, you pass the test, that is it. Where we could say in other places you're taught, but you're being taught to take that information and then use it.
Right.
A lot of the times I don't think it's our kids, they are not intelligent. What has happened is that Ms. Dixon in her time was able to reach students. Whereas people now, I'm sorry to say, it could be teachers, some of them are very good, some of them are not very good.
Right.
I can remember teachers sitting in the classroom and they would tell you, you know what, whether you learn or not, I still get paid.
Right.
And we would sit there an entire period. You walk in, there'd be noise for an entire period, you walk out of the class, you would still pass.
Yeah.
You didn't learn anything, you give me 2 papers, you still pass. So I think that is a major problem, and I just wanted to get her view on the education system, what the syllabus, what is being taught, because what is being taught in preschool, in junior high school, in high school, is the same thing that's being taught in college. You're being taught to memorize things. So when I got to college, I was shocked. A lot of it was memorizing. Oh, I am for point A. Once you can substantiate what you're saying, you can back it up with maybe what someone else said, you're doing well. But basically, are you learning learning. You're not.
Right.
You're reading from a book and you're supposed to go back and the
Memory.
professor is going to ask you in what he or she thinks is an intelligent manner, and then you're supposed to come back and be the smart guy and write it. Oh, that's a great sentence. Based on what someone else said, which could be totally wrong.
So what's your question?
The question is the curriculum working? For example, when a professor or a teacher hands you a syllabus, is that the problem, or is it that our students are not smart?
Okay, Ms. Dixon, you heard that question?
That is a rather long question. I think that the short answer is it's not working as well as it should for everybody. It's working well for some children, and some children are not being taught the way they need. I think one thing that we always used to say in education when I came along was, if the children aren't learning the way you're teaching, then you've got to teach the way they can learn.
Right. Very good. I like that answer. That was awesome. Okay. You have a question, you said, Cheryl?
No, I want to say something.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and say it.
You're going to say it.
Could I add one other thing? The
Oh, wait.
gentleman mentioned
Sure.
Wait.
old textbooks. If your child was in a school where there are textbooks from 1980, anything, or even early 1990s, you should definitely be questioning that. Your children should not be looking at books that are that old. Really, textbooks should be current.
Right.
And if you have a textbook, I can't think of any subject except maybe a novel where you would be using a book that old.
Right. And I think he was talking about when we were in school, and we had books that were falling apart, and they might have said, 1960 or 70 something, and we were in school in 80 blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so, but I think,
They don't even exist anymore.
okay, so thank you for that answer. Yes, Aunt Cheryl. This is one of my aunts.
Hi, Shireen.
Hi.
I'm very proud of you, very happy for you. There's a lot of schools right now that don't have after school, and I think after school is important because a lot of times when we might be in class or whatever, we might not catch it, and usually there's after school. So, I think that's something that we should really look into. I think after school really helps a lot, especially if you're not catching on your work. But Shireen, congratulations.
Thank
I had a
you.
very good time. I'm proud of you, and the best.
Thank you.
Hang in there. That's
Thank
a good topic.